15 years ago. My best friend got pregnant by my boyfriend of 3 years and my family knew about it but didn't tell me, so I ran from home. Now we are back in contact after 15 years and my mom demands I mend my relationship with the two of them. Updates. The update was posted on April 15, 2023, 2 years after the first post. My gosh. It's been 2 years since I posted this. A lot of people have been asking me for an update. First of all, I want to thank all of the wonderful people who have been sending me updates and lovely messages. I'm truly grateful. A lot of things have happened in the last few years, not all great, without making these 100 pages long. I never mentioned my little sister in my original post. Her relationship with my parents went downhill after I left home, and she went no contact with them when she was 20. I received her number from our older sister, and although it was awkward at first, it's been 15 years after all, we did start speaking again. She was very angry at me for leaving. A lot has happened in her life, and it wasn't the easiest. She has a toddler and a baby of her own, and I have to say that the kids have helped us bond again. She's my best friend and we talk every day. As for my other siblings, I'm in regular contact with both my brothers, although we aren't close. My older sister and I have a good relationship now, but last year we've had a longer period of not speaking. As she is married to Kyle's brother, it was hard for her to deal with all our and their family drama. We are cool now and I have a lovely relationship with my nieces and nephews. I didn't go to my niece's birthday party, it just seemed like it would be too hard for me. Now to my parents. This one is a little painful for me to write, and at the time it felt like I was reliving all those shitty emotions I had at 18. My mom didn't let up with her pestering over me not talking with Kyle and Ashley. Her calls for that continued for months, even after I was home again. It bordered on emotional blackmail. She blamed me for not ignoring her wishes for her friendship problems and health problems, and even accused me of keeping her grandbabies from her. Last June I had my daughter and it seems like that sent her completely over the rail. What I mean by that, 100 plus calls a day, messages every 20 minutes to pester me about random things, sending me updates about people I never want to know about. When she started pestering Dean, I was done. I was afraid to block her, so I spoke to my father. This was probably the first time in the last 17 years that we had a true heart-to-heart conversation. I was emotionally drained, tired from caring for 3 children, and just over everything. I've probably poured all my feeling and emotions onto him. I don't know what happened to them afterward. He doesn't speak much about it. Her calls slowly ceased and something else must have happened because in August he filed for a divorce. My father and I are in regular contact, although I don't think we'll ever be back to normal. Mom is devastated. In August her calls became insane, and apparently not just with me. I've changed my number since then, and as of February, she has not been able to reach me. I've been told by one of my brothers that she has problems with anxiety and depression, and lost a lot of friends. I don't really know whether or not she continues to have a relationship with Kyle and Ashley's family. I don't want to have anything to do with her anymore, nor do I want her near my kids. The things she's said to me, about me and about my husband, whom she really doesn't know, and after 15 years of no contact, is crazy. Although I regret not having a mom, I feel like trying and fighting to repair the little remnants of our relationship would be a waste of my emotional energy and just pure torture. As for Kyle and Ashley, I've received some calls from Kyle's mom as I mentioned in my original post. I blocked her and no other calls have been received from anyone. I really don't know what they are doing or where they are. I've had no contact with them. The only thing that really happened is that, in August when shit went downhill, my Bill, Kyle's brother, brought me a letter apparently written by Ashley. I've not opened it and I really don't know if I want to. I feel like I've moved on from them, but on the other hand, I'm curious as to what she has to say after so many years. However, that in itself could bring back bad emotions. I'm doing okay now, with my babies and Dean, who is a real trooper in all of this. I'm trying to focus on my family, and I really hope that this is all behind me. To all of you, thank you. Again, if anything else happens, I'll try to update sooner.
ITF for refusing to leave the store with my dog. Trigger warning. This post included ableism and racism. Was posted on March 10, 2023. I have an invisible disability and a service dog. She's a cardiac alert dog. I bring her everywhere. And it has been such a big quality of life difference for me. Yesterday, I was in bulk foods buying some supplies and brought my dog with me. While I was buying candy, a girl nearby started crying. The mother walked over and started demanding that I leave the store immediately. I tried telling her that my dog was working and was not a pet. She wasn't having it and didn't believe me because I was too young to have a medical condition. She said that regardless of whether or not my dog was an authentic working dog, her child had autism and was terrified. So I had to leave immediately and wait until they were done shopping until I could come back inside. I refused and continued shopping. I simply went to another area of the store to get the rest of the stuff on my shopping list. The woman had to bring her child and leave the store because she was too scared. The entire time, she kept saying I should be ashamed of myself for scaring a child and refusing to leave. Edit. Yes, my dog was wearing a harness with patches on it to clearly identify it as a service dog and to not distract while she's working. Update on April 13, 2023. Karen called the cops on my service dog and accused me of being too young to be disabled again. So, I saw the Karen with her child again, but this time in Walmart while I was grocery shopping. I made the mistake of ignoring my dog when she was alerting to my heart rate. I genuinely thought she wanted the sandwich I was eating. Boy, was I ever wrong. I ended up really dizzy and out of breath and had to sit down in the corner of the store while she was doing deep pressure therapy. I must have been on the floor for about 10 minutes. During that time, a staff member at Walmart came over to check on me and ask if I was alright. They gave me a free bottle of water as well, and I am very appreciative of that. Anyways, while I was down, the same child saw me again from a distance and had another meltdown. The child's mom already explained to me last time that her daughter had autism. She was screaming and crying about my dog being there because she was terrified. I can understand why she may be scared because my dog is by no means small. She's a 115 pounds female cane corso. Aside from alert and response, she's also trained for mobility assistance. Her breed isn't typically used as a service dog, but she was a natural. I got her as a pet dog and she became the service dog I needed. She's 100% good girl. This woman did not leave the store with her child that was having a meltdown. Instead, she had the audacity to call 911 on me. Eventually the cops did show up and she kept shouting that I was faking having a disability because I was too young to actually be disabled again. That it was illegal for me to have my service dog anywhere near food indoors and that people like me are the reason why she has had to suffer lockdowns. I'm Asian. She said the least I could do is be considerate and stay home away from everyone and keep my dog at home where it belongs. My dog was very clearly vested with tags that says service dog. I showed the cops my medical note that I carry stating that I require a service dog. In the end, the manager banned the woman from coming to the local Walmart for a year. The cops only gave her a warning for wasting their time and escorted her off the property.
IT for not scheduling an interview for my brother. I 26 years old, the youngest of 5. My brother Dale, 28 years old, has lived with my parents his entire life and has everything spoon-fed to him. We always said that my dad would rush to wipe his ass after taking a dump if he wanted him to. My brother is the epitome of laziness and has no drive in life. As far back as I can remember, I was pushed to do my best and never settle for less. I put myself through college and am currently working on my master's with no financial help from anyone other than my husband. On to the incident at hand. I was getting ready for work when my dad called and asked me to call a company for my brother to see if they were hiring. I was already a little peeved that I had to do that, but I just called and got confirmation for it. They asked that he send over his resume and then call to schedule an interview, which could be done on an online portal. I called my dad back to let him know and he proceeds to ask me to schedule the interview for him, as my brother has been out of work for a month and they needed him to get back to work. I was already running late for work, so I told my dad that I didn't have time, but my brother could schedule it online. My dad went ballistic. Apparently, I was a massive disappointment. I was unmotivated and stupid, etc. Here's where I may be the asshole. I told my dad that I wasn't Dale's secretary and that he was a grown adult. He didn't need his baby sister holding his hand throughout his life. I said that I was pushed to work my hardest and always strive to raise above my station in life. Why couldn't they do the same to him? His response was, I told you to do it, so fucking do it. Dale and my dad have since told me that I'm disowned and that they never want to see me again. My mom is on my side, but she's trying to stay out of it since she still has to live with them at the end of the day. I'm at my wit's end with being mistreated. ITA. Edit. I don't have an update, but the messages telling me that I'm making up the story or that I need to commit the sewer slide are like massively weird and odd. I wish this was fake, but this is my life. I'm not going to be butthurt on the internet about you calling my story fake, but the other messages are gross. Please kindly do not send me any private messages.